Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us. We are live here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we are every weekday. Let me just fix that right there. And thank you for joining us and being a part of this show. We cover a wide range of things on here, including breaking news and things that are happening in other locations. And that is what we were talking about right now, what's going on in Harney County and Burns. And that is some flooding that's been going on down there, some pretty severe flooding. I think the worst in 70 years is what a lot of the reports are saying. And we wanted to find out some more information about that, including different people who are helping with that, different organizations, and that includes the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. And we've got joining us right now, there we go, Lieutenant Colonel David Wirt. And thank you very much, for having some time to talk to us about this and really wanting to get this information out to everybody as far as what's going on down there. We've seen some of the images, and one thing to the extent of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, would you mind letting people know, what your role is down there and what you all have been doing so far when it comes to these floods?
Yes, hey, thanks, Greg. Thank you for the time and reaching out for us to inform the public on our response. So essentially about a week ago, on the 18th or 19th of March, we received a formal request from the county and the city of Burns to provide what's known as either direct or technical assistance in response to the floods. And that's under the Public Law 8499 authority. So we responded initially with two engineers that provide both hydraulic and geotechnical expertise to make an assessment on the flooding and the local levee there in the city of Burns. So essentially, they go out, making an initial assessment and a recommendation, and that recommendation came back to our Emergency Operations Center in the form of providing further direct assistance, where the Corps, through our coordination in a regional effort with the Seattle District, has provided over 50,000 sandbags to date, an actual sandbag machine, and a small diesel pump to pump water away from the site to the local Burns Plot tribe.
And so that's, again, to help with that levee there that was already in place, but this is to make sure that that's holding back more water, just to really clarify that. Is that right?
Essentially, yes. So the experts on the ground make a recommendation to where to increase the level of the levee to prevent overtopping for future flooding as well. So we also, there's actually a science behind laying sandbags. So the sandbags can absorb water and retain some of that water to prevent future flooding. And that's what the sandbag machine can provide immediate assistance for that levee.
And this is combining resources from not only the Portland district, but from around the region, if I understand correctly. Is that right?
Yes. Our sister district up north in Seattle is our regional flood center of expertise. And all it takes is a quick phone call, and the authorities that were given to contact that district to send those resources in the form of sandbags and that machine down to the local area.
And with 50,000 sandbags being deployed, how successful has that been so far in holding some of that water back and from not topping over that levee?
Well, I'm not on the ground, Greg, but I mean, we can provide an actual report to provide some actual engineering expertise on that one.
Fair enough. No problem at all. Well, looking at this kind of a response and getting those resources out there, how do you, I guess, for the general public to understand that too, because clearly this is a huge benefit to help them control what's going on. Do you anticipate, as of now, sending more resources, or is that something that will be assessed there on site?
So it's a daily assessment. I mean, in the interim, we have a two-man team that's out there, and they can stay through the enduring request. I mean, the governor did declare a state of emergency on this past Saturday night. So as long as the request is there, we are there to provide technical and direct assistance, primarily also to ensure that we can prevent future damage as the National Weather Service predicts future flooding from rainfall that flows down to the river and can potentially overtop that levee. So the Corps is here to provide support to the local communities under the authorities granted, and we're we stand ready to provide support to the greater Pacific Northwest.
And anything else that you think is important just for the general public to know about this situation in particular, maybe in Harney County and Burns, and what people are going through there, and then in general with what the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is there to provide?
Good question.
Oh, sorry, I just kind of threw that to you. Did I cut out there?
No, you cut out. I mean, you're there. I'm just I'm trying to make sure. Can you restate the question?
Yeah, no problem. Anything else that you just think is important for the general public to know about the work that's going on down there with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and in Harney County and Burns? And there may not be anything else to know. I mean, you're doing obviously a lot of work, but if there is anything that you wanted to get out there to them, just let me know.
I would say for the local community to take all direction from the local authorities to not come out to the levee, or dike. Those terms are kind of interchangeable because sometimes trying to bring assistance or being helpful, it actually gets in the way of the response. And really what we want the local population, the greater Portland, state of Oregon area to know is that as a federal entity, as part of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Portland District, we're here to help our local populace and community to everything we can. And really get our message out there that we are here to keep Portland strong, keep it engineered while they keep Portland weird.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate you joining us here today too to get some of this word out and just some of the great work that you're doing down there to help try to protect the people there in Burns and Harney County, and protecting that levee from overflowing both now and in the future, as you mentioned, with potentially more rain coming in there and more flooding possible. So thank you very much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you for your time.
You bet. And I'm going to continue on here, and I want to say thank you, to everybody who's joining us. We are live here, so we're getting this information to you as quick as possible. We've got some more interviews coming up, and we may actually be speaking to somebody on the ground out there too, in Burns, in Harney County, coming up here momentarily. Whatever platform you're watching me on, this is Fox 12 Now. We live stream, and it's we get to do a little bit longer form. It's a little bit more conversational in some ways, and this is just to get the information to you as quick as possible. So really appreciate Lieutenant Colonel Wurst for joining us for that, and we will be back here shortly with more. So whatever platform you're on, this is where I'll be. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg.